Well, hello there. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the COVID show. Woo! Oh, I guess I haven't talked too much today while I was home by myself and I don't really say much. So, yeah, welcome. Yeah, COVID sucks, man. So, what's really funny is I worked at the prison wasn't gigantic where I was when the pandemic hit, but we're looking at maybe 250 inmates in the little facility that I was in Pueblo. The one in Lyman that you used to work with was way bigger, had, seven, 800. But the one here in Pueblo, it only had 250-ish inmates. And I was at about 90% um, or 95% of the whole entire place was infected at the same time. Never got it. I was, of course, PPE and all that stuff. Um, and then afterwards, I went through everything. I still never got it. And then, yeah, so, but I got it for the first time. Yay. I'm no longer a COVID virgin, apparently. But the one thing that I think that's a positive is that no matter what, all of that shit that we've been through and for people dying and how bad it was for so long, I think it's just gone so far where the strains have mutated so much to where it just kind of gets weaker and weaker as it goes, because this wasn't too bad. Definitely not too bad. I can say I was with Buddy for a long time just based on the fact that I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. And I think maybe somebody had brought it into the facility where I was going with my grandma. So hopefully none of the other. So my grandma did get it and my dad got it and then I got it. So all three of us were infected. But seems like everybody's doing okay. Dad's doing better today. Grandma was doing good today too. So I will jump straight into my chat, which is phenomenal that I have one. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Ostradamus Toys is the first in the group. Thank you for joining, sir. Mr. Motu Guru, who is another local, finally gets on to catch the live. He's watched a few on the replays, so thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. He's one of my fellow local toy hunters that, we looking for the same stuff. So again, if you ever find anything or if you ever need anything, let me know if you're looking for something, because usually I'm always out and about trying to look. So so anyway, so we got Tasty Cake, who unfortunately had an issue with his microphone today, but he did seem to get it fixed, he said afterwards, so that's good. Nolan is here, which makes me very happy because that makes me a toy channel, which it's kind of saying that lightly though, right? Yeah, no, it's not, but it's just one of those things where you just got to deal with it, man. What is really funny is this might work out in my favor. I have a jury duty tomorrow. I have COVID. And I did look online. If anybody knows what the process is for jury duty and COVID, I know they probably don't want me to even go with the amount of people that are there. I sent a email. I found the email address for the jury duty, and I left them a message because I'm on the numbers that are to report. I checked it just now, like probably 10 minutes before I got on. I went, oh, I got jury duty tomorrow. So I looked at it, and it had an email on there, and it says, please email. I don't remember. I don't even think it said if you're sick. There was an email address on there. So I emailed them. No, I'm telling you, Motu Guru, I'm not trying to swipe everything. I get what I can get. Sometimes I grab a couple for my friends, but if you need one, you are one of my friends. So let me know if there's anything that you're looking for. I haven't been going lately just because I've been going lately, but it's been a little harder just because I work 10 to 6:30. So when I get off, I'm kind of tired. So I try to sleep. Like today, I actually got home at 6:30. I laid down about right before 7 and I slept till 2. So I slept solid today. So I'm just kind of waking up, took a shower, kind of got my bearings, and now I'm here with my damn gray beard, man. Jesus. Tasty Cake can't get the virus. Took a month to get better with just the flu. So yeah, Tasty Cake, I know he masks up like he's going through the apocalypse. He's got all the PPE. So, but you know what? He doesn't get sick either. So, hey, look at that. Honestly, I wish my voice would be this low all the time. I always joke about saying I like my voice better when I'm sick. My work has shut down from COVID and they sent me home. That was back in 2020. Well, dude, with the prison, it was obviously, it's like healthcare. They're like, no, we don't, the prison has to fucking still work, right? So we still had to have that functional. So instead of getting time off of work, we ended up working longer. I was at YOS and they were giving us the different shifts. I think it was, I mean, there were 12s, but it was like 6 to 6. That was my shift. I was 6. I got the morning shift because I'd been there long enough where I was morning. And so I had a little bit of seniority, thank God, because I didn't want to do the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. That would have been stupid. It was so, but I mean, there was a lot more to do because we had, you know, we had feeding time and we had all the, we didn't really have any pod time because everybody was sick. So we really did pretend you smoke 2 packs a day, feel the rage. Well, I feel like I smoke something right now with the way my, and it doesn't feel bad. Like my first couple of days, it was kind of crappy. Like I felt the aches. And it's funny, it was because right after this stream last week, I was walking downstairs and I was like starting to get hot. And then I could feel my bones. Like I felt my joints getting achy. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Like it was weird. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'm just not sleeping enough or, you know, but I didn't feel anything up here. It was just, my body was aching and I didn't really think anything of it. And then I woke up the next morning, I was fine. There was no issue because the next morning was Thanksgiving. Thank God nobody from the Thanksgiving group got sick. So it wasn't, it must have, and it was probably at the high time of me being the most contagious overall. Menopause, yes. Faker Battle Cat is in the house. What is up, my friend? Welcome. This dude. So Faker Battle Cat is supposed to be my sponsor, and homeboy does nothing but ruin me, man. I think I do the same for him though. So we are an equal opportunity screw job on being sponsors for each other, because I noticed today Mr. Faker Battle Cat sent me some messages today saying that he spent the most he's ever spent at a Ross today because he found some pretty cool stuff. And what really sucks is Ross is actually kind of catching on to us collectors and they're jumping those prices up. I know I was joking, this true story yesterday. I went to Ross real quick because I was running over to pick up the prescription for my grandma. So I ran by Ross while I was waiting. And I grabbed everything. I grabbed, there was a 12-inch big, it was a Funko, or not Funko, it was the Small Stars NBA. It was a Harden, but I was going to customize it into something else. And then I got the Iron Man with the black and gold. And, the gang's all here. What's up, Mikey? Hold on. Oh, representing, brother. Representing that eternity and royalty here. Yeah. Well, let me get that name off here. We'll show you the good stuff there. Attaboy. If you don't have one of these and you want one, they're so awesome. You can get them on TeePublic, Mikey's little merch area. He's got a TeePublic little spot. So go get you a shirt. And he's got one without the mountain, or without Castle Grayskull and with Castle Grayskull. Both are freaking awesome. But anyway, so I had all that stuff. I went into line. I got the black and gold Iron Man. I got that Harden. I got the Batman motorcycle and something else. And I was sitting in line, and then I thought about it for a second, and I forgot my wallet. And I thought, you know what? That just means I don't need this shit, which I didn't. So I put it back and I just left. And then I went home. I still had to get my wallet because I had to go back and get the script. So yeah, I went back and got that. So yeah, it is absolutely, yeah. This one, Mikey's got and shout out to Retro Bacon. She is one of our very dear friends that lives over in New Zealand, and she created our logos for us. She created Faker Battle Cats, myself, and Mikey's. So all 3 of our logos came straight from Faker Battle Cat. You need to fix your logo here. You need to put your freaking awesome logo on your name, because you're doing a disservice to the world by not showing it off. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so I did get something in. I was going to open up on the live. If you didn't notice on my really accurately depicted of myself picture on my thumbnail there. Yikes. I remember a long time ago I did that and I saved a bunch of pictures from the AI thing saying, what do you look like in the year 1980 or 70 or 90 or whatever? So I saved all those to where I say, well, I'll throw those on my thumbnails every now and then and make it look stupid. So, but I did get Entertainment Earth sent me Mr. Manny Faces from the Cartoon Collection. So I figured, why not? Why not open that up? Yeah, Tasty Cake. It is a gamer edition or something like that. Faker Battle Cat. If you have, what's the information on that one? I think it's a gamer edition. Like it says something about video game on it, didn't it? I think. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. Yeah, fix your logo, bud. Fix your logo. You got one of the coolest logos ever. Same thing with these. Here's my new toy. You guys see that? That's the ASMR. See that? Yeah, it's pretty nice. This one is taped up like a mug, you guys. I don't know if it's because I did notice this. So, okay. So, a buddy of mine that picked this up for me was the Ram Man, and it was not connected very well. And so, I don't know if Mattel caught this before, because look at this. They got a tape job all the way to the end on both sides. So here you can kind of see it better on this side. So you see the shine. So they taped the edges. Mikey's washing his dog. Nice. He's giving his doggy a bath, man. That's cool though, you know. You take your dog a lot of places, you know. Sometimes there's dirty ass people out there, so you got to get your dog washed. All right, so I'm gonna cut this. Geez, and it's taped on the top. Like I can't see the shine to right there. So it's taped everywhere. Like they literally ran tape across this thing all the way around. So I guarantee you're gonna get some collectors that are gonna be pissed off about that. The inbox. Not all the inbox people are gonna be mad, but there's probably gonna be some that are like, why is this taped everywhere? Like that's bullshit. I remember they did that with one of the it was one of the exclusives had a piece of tape across the top. I don't remember which one it was. Was it Frogmonger or somebody like that? Or maybe it was Coldar had that tape right across the top. So it's the Game vs. Midnight Suns Iron Man. And it is really cool, Tasty Cake. If you have a chance to go by Ross and grab one. They've been loading up pretty good. That one I went to had about 3. My Ross is pretty good though. So I can't say much about anybody else's Ross, but I know my Ross and Motu Guru. If you go there, you know too. It's a pretty good stocked Ross. Okay, that didn't work too well. I'd really like to get one where it was so. Maybe this Ram Man is going to do that where nothing gets stuck on it, and I can get a clean front card of this, because this is a really cool card. Like I really do like that card. He's going for 40 on eBay. Okay, all right. Well, it is more expensive. It is one of the ones that Ross found and said, "Ooh, let's get more money out of these chumps." It's $12.99 or is it $12.99? I think it's $12.99 at Ross. So there used to be $6.99, $7.99, but now they're up to $12.99. The Ross on the north side, yes. The south one. You know what's funny is I actually was on the south side for no reason, and it wasn't to shop. It was to drop. I was dropping my son off, but I picked this one up at the south side Ross, which I did not see it at the north side at all. So this one is pretty. It's pretty cool. It's $25 for this whole big thing, but it was. And I'm not a gigantic McFarlane collector. I have a lot of them just because of Ross, but it's a pretty cool one for $25. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Let's get it. You know, I also got, and it was because of Brick something. We had a live on Oz's show, and Brick had this mantis girl. Now, granted, I was a little bit thrown off if I don't know if he had good foreshortening on that thing or something when he was doing his video, but I thought she was a lot bigger. I really thought she was a lot bigger. I did get her in as well, so maybe I'll open that one up. I mean, I opened her up, but I'll show you guys what she looks like as the mantis girl. She was crazy looking, man. That's beautiful, Faker Battle Cat. Everybody, look at Faker Battle Cat's logo there. That is phenomenal. So cool. Okay. So one weird thing, guys, that I have to say, 0 weapons, 0 accessories, nothing came with Manny faces. Little weird? What do you think? I mean, worst case scenario, they should have thrown one of those little, what were they called? The swig? Not swigs, because I got that stupid 4 horsemen thing in my head. It's, what's those little guys that are on the cartoon? It's actually the ones on the back of this. Because he goes, if I was as big as He-Man, I would save the day too. And she's like, it's okay, we still love you. I'm not getting any more girls in my life. And she's like all pissed at him because that was his girlfriend. Widgets, thank you. Widgets. There should have been a widget that came in. Oh, look who came in. Kay Roll, as her brother says. Kay Roll is here in the house. Thank you for joining. And Toys of Time Gone By, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys coming in and having a good time with me in my COVID state. I'm excited. Not really. I'm not excited. This sucks. I'm not bad though. Like I said, 2 days worth of crap, being cold, being hot, being cold, all that crap. It was kind of crappy, but now I'm just congested and kind of feel that way. But nobody answered me on my question about jury duty. Does anybody know? Has anybody had COVID while they got jury duty? And what kind of process is it? I know Pueblo will be different than anywhere else. I know I'm in my own, let's see. Gee, so a buddy of mine, so I have a friend that lives in Colorado Springs, Taylor. He went up to and this is, sorry, side note, everybody's going to drop off. It's a sports talk. He went to the Jokic drop yesterday, and he went up to Denver, went up to Pepsi Center. He's always early. He's the guy that he used to sit outside of Broncos training camp and get all the signatures. He's met a lot of the players and all that good stuff. Well, he went up to the drop for the new official Jokic shoes that are releasing. It was their first release. They were only doing like, I don't know, a 200 pair that they were releasing to people. And he waited and he was like, hey, do you want a pair? And I'm like, well, they don't have my size. So I ordered a pair for my son. And he messaged me and he got a pair for me. So freaking awesome. So I have a pair of brand new Jokic shoes, which aren't even going to release for like 6 more months to the public. These are kind of like the first release kind of tester. And so my kid's going to be like super cool with his Jokic shoes at school. But he just told me that he saw somebody selling a pair on eBay for $1,000. So, gee, crazy. All right. Holy cow. The chat got away from me. I'm a Katy Perry song. Am I? I don't understand. I don't get it. Why am I? Should be able to delay it because of that. Well, I sent an email in. Hey, shut up, buddy. Make sure you do. So they delayed it a month. Oh, so they still made you go later. That's fine. I don't care. They're gonna kick me out anyway because I used to work law enforcement. So every time I went in, they would be like, well, the last time I actually went in, I was law enforcement because I was working at the prison. Oh, okay. So I sent an email. I'll go in. I don't care. I don't know if they really want me to. Oh, thank you, Taste Cake. Yeah. Sorry, I'm slow. Okay. So let's see. Does this? I know I saw some parts of some pictures that Mr. Home Arcade had done where he had put different faces on this thing, right? Is that, this does come off, right? I think so. There you go. See, let me pull this up because I don't know. Gosh, I'm like sweating now. But that's, I guess, I don't know. I'll I wish they would email us. It's too late for them to email me now because they're done for the day. I should have asked earlier in the day. Okay, so this whole thing comes off then, right? You guys, I'm lost. Does it disconnect? I don't want to break anything. Oh no, this comes off back here. You know, this is actually really cool that this whole thing comes off. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I just was thinking, I was like, I don't want to be too stupid and break something. I want to find out where it came off and stuff. I don't know if Kenny knows lyrics Katy Perry to get that joke. Yeah, I'm so old school, dude. I'm like, God, I'm sweating. Yikes. I don't know about that, man. I'm sweating. I need to go in. God, I just got out of the shower too. Okay. So here is our faces. Hold on. Let me move that. And the nice thing is I have a son, so I don't have to worry about like any kind of bubblegum music like that. He doesn't care for that shit, so I don't have to worry about listening to Taylor Swift or going to Swift concerts or anything. Figure Battle Cat. But yeah, so the three heads, which is really, that's a cool thing, man. Now the tooling on this obviously had to have been something different. I know these are all different than the ones that we got for Origins, yeah, and for the Masterverse are the ones that they actually take the face off. I'm gonna take this off for a second because I'm like freaking sweating. Okay. His sand bucket. What's up? Wraith Mace is in the house, dude. What is going on, brother? It is good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm sweating it out, I guess. That's yeah, this is actually really cool how they did it. We are the hammer. If you guys haven't seen any of Wraith Mace's Warhammer stuff, please do yourself a favor and go check it out. This guy has so much knowledge and so many cool Warhammer pieces. I like to jump in on him late at night when he's because dude's a night owl and he's in there playing video games and stuff, so I jump in and bullshit with him for a while, give him all my Motu updates that I have for him. But yeah, guys, go check out Wraith Mace. Click on his thing. If hold on a second, let me do. I wonder if you guys should help me with this. How do you add a screwdriver to people, or a wrench? Screwdriver. Sorry, guys, I am like leaking, I guess. How do you add wrenches to people while we're on here? I don't know how to do that. I want to add a couple of wrenches, even if you guys don't want to have a wrench. I'll give it to you anyway. But anyway, so yeah, so you've got this. This is more of a pink color, and then you got the purple, and then the green. Of course, this one is the face that it came with on the front. So, and I did see a couple. Like I said, I saw some pictures on Home Arcade's page that I don't. God, I don't even have. Oh, I guess I could do Adam. Oh, stupid wheel. Okay. Three dots next to the person's name you can promote to wrench. See, I thought I looked at that, but I didn't see. Let's see. Because I have. Here's what I said. Delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user. That's all I have. I don't have any other options. Mine says delete, put you in timeout, or ban you. That's the only options I have for that. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. That's interesting. Any other thoughts on that? I don't know. Like I said, I'm pulling it up right now and it says delete comment, put user in timeout, or ban user and delete their comment. I'm on StreamYard. Oh, you have to be in YouTube or what? That's why, probably, right? Let me see. No, it'd have to be StreamYard, right? I know, that's what I was saying. I'm in the StreamYard thing. What's going on, Grego? Thank you for joining, sir. We're just bullshitting. I was going through my my stuff there. It's in YouTube, so okay. So I'm not in the right. Let me see if I can jump into that real quick. I don't even know where. Would I just go into YouTube, like go into my own YouTube page and do that? Sorry, guys. I'm like learning as I go with this thing because I'm not really very. I'm like a boomer, right? I'm like one of those old guys going, "I don't know about this YouTube." Let me turn this mute and. Oh, okay. That's exactly it. There you go, Tasty Cake. You are my first moderator, bro. Now you're stuck. Now you're stuck on Wednesdays. You got to do that. Yeah. So not in the chat. Let's see. I got it. Oh, okay. I could invite you either way. Because let's see. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm taking my time. But yeah. So let me jump into. Hello. Man, you mean I haven't messaged Oz in that long? Is that what I do? Oz, I send it to you. So let's see if that works. Okay. Dude, I am so hot and it's like not even that hot in my house. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So, okay. Now, back to this little guy here. Giggity. Just legit, man. This is definitely just 100% cartoon. Like, this is so good. They did really well with this line. I'm excited that they are going to continue this, and I'm really happy that they're doing the Princess of Power with a lot of these. Yes, I did. This was my first little project in the toy room. What I did was I finally got to use my airbrush for the first time too. That I kind of started using it on there too. But yeah, I did a reverse of the box art. I did it backwards because I was doing a lot of lives where I was trying to, and it was flipped and stuff too. So it was a little bit better. But yeah, it is my that is one of my pieces. I painted it up there. It was cool. Let's see. All right. Oz, I sent you a message on Instagram. If you know. Jeez, I'm sweating. All right. So what did I do with that atom head? Okay. So what I was going to look at is what I had seen on our Home Arcade's page. So what's really cool with this one that I had not thought of myself that I just saw online is that you can add whoever, as long as their face fits, you could put whoever's face in here. So him being a actor of sorts that you can Yeah, dude, and Tasty Kid gets out of line all the time. He's a little feisty dude. He gets out of we have to put him in his place sometimes, so dude, Manny Face, yeah, he was. Like I remember it's so funny, like I was talking to my son the other day and I was thinking, you know, the way my dad is now as a grandpa, he's an awesome guy. He's very, very awesome. But my dad is a workaholic and he's been that his whole life. So like I would love to I'd try to talk him into playing basketball with me and we'd play horse a couple times and he'd be like, "Oh, I got to go cut the grass or I got to cut wood or I got to pull the weeds or." So he'd give me maybe 15 20 minutes of his time. Oh, wait. Add to stage. Did that work? Oh, there he
You.
is. What's up, buddy? You've probably
Hey,
been
how
sitting
you
there the whole time.
doing?
Sorry, dude.
I was just saying, shoot me on so I could help talk you through the whole modding thing through YouTube. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind hanging out.
Yeah, might as well. I need to get a little bit more creative and do like backdrops like you guys do. I need to figure that out. So because
But
I did upgrade the StreamYard thing where I can do as many, I think, as you. I think I could get like
yeah,
10
you
in
should
there
be
if I
able to.
yeah.
I
So
noticed you don't have the little ducky anymore, so I kind of
yeah.
figured you upgraded it.
Well, I did, and it was stupid because the reason I said, screw it, I'll give it a try was because it was like, would you like to add the countdown? And I was all, yeah. And it was like, upgrade. And I was like, shit. All right. Well, I'll upgrade, I guess.
That's how they always do it. Hey, do you want to do anything outside of hitting go live? Upgrade.
Do you want to have fun with this? You need to pay more money.
Yeah.
No, and I was telling my son, I was like, Grandpa was the same way when I was younger, the way he is now. I said, so like when I think about these toys, it reminds me of certain moments like and we lived in a small town. I didn't have any stores. Like we had a Ben Franklin and later on we got a Duck Walls, but we had a Safeway. That was it. Like we had a Safeway and a 7-Eleven. Like I didn't have any toy stores to go see. So like when everybody's like, "Oh, remember Toys R Us and all this stuff," I was like, pfft. We had to drive to Pueblo to go to KB Toys was in our mall, and then you had to go to Springs to go to Toys R Us. So like I didn't get all those cool moments where people would just go to Toys R Us because it was down the road. It was a big thing to go to those stores. KB, I
I
went to
was
a lot.
spoiled with them around me my entire life because living in Baltimore, but at the same time, our parents didn't take us there that frequently.
Yeah,
So it was still a big deal every time we got to go. Because I mean, they were a big deal for me was also just going to Kmart because I knew I could talk my mom into buying me a toy.
yeah,
Because I'd tell her, "Oh yeah, you got to put stuff on layaway. Just put it on layaway with it. Just put it on layaway with it."
yeah.
And then convince her to give it to me before whatever holiday it was that I was supposed to be getting it for.
Remember that? Remember that when I helped you out with those chores? Yeah. So we went to school Monday through Thursday, and so Friday it was chore day. So my mom, it was times where she was working, and there's sometimes when I was in school that she wasn't. But I always remember Fridays for easy listening, adult contemporary music, and doing chores. Like my mom never had the TVs on during the day; it was always the radio, and it was we like I would always end up having to pick up the dog shit in the backyard
Yeah.
and then do the bathroom. My sister would do the dishes and dust, and I would vacuum. There would always be a chore that we would swap off and then on the weekend we'd get a $10 bill for sports, if we wanted to go get McDonald's or something like that. But we still had, like, I look at the money my kid gets and what I get for him all the time, and I'm like, dude, we used to have to work for our money, man. I need to start whooping him up a little bit, get him on the chore train, man.
Right. Yeah. Every time Connor comes over, like we go out, because I'm always doing the toy hunts with Ziggy, and I only get Connor on Saturdays, which is the same day I go out doing that. So then I always end up getting him something while we're out most of the time. I mean, there's
Right.
been times where I don't get him anything, and I tell him, like, look, this is not a pay week for dad. So, we're just going out. We're not going to just buy something to buy something.
Right.
If you want something, there's got to be a good reason for it other than you just want it.
Yeah.
And this most recent time, I did buy him a pop figure, but that's because again they had that 50% off at Random Treasures, and it was only a $5 pop figure. So I was like, yeah, whatever,
Oh
250,
yeah.
I got that.
No, that's money. Well, and see anymore with mine, he's always asking for stuff like he used to ask for Robux a lot. And
Oh yeah,
he was never a person. I mean, he was never asking, like every now and then, like if I find something Five Nights at Freddy's from Ross, I'll buy it. I did get him that big Bonnie figure from GameStop. It was like 20
okay,
bucks for that big
yeah.
old purple bear. And of course, he's decorating in Five Nights at Freddy to his mom. So as soon as I gave it to him, he's like, I'm gonna take it to mom's, okay? And I'm like, okay. I
Yeah,
just bought it, but I don't even get to see it. But that's okay. As long as he's happy, I'm okay.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so
That's the
anything
whole
Five
name
Nights
of
at
it.
Freddy goes straight to his mom's house, which is fine. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Um, oh, see, we never. Oh, your grandma. See, grandma, and for me, I had the grandma that would get us a really ugly shirt, but she loved us to death. But she had no idea about that stuff because it was like, grandma was from the prohibition and from the time of just no money at all. Like she's still to this day, if she had like a plastic bag, she would turn it inside out, rinse it, and hang it on the sink to dry it like a Ziploc bag.
Right.
So like when you go through the depression, that's kind of how it works. You're used to it.
Yeah,
um
for sure.
See, I would have loved that Motu Guru, man. If my dad would have been like, check this out. My dad has no idea, even to this day, when I'm like, Dad, Skeletor, right? And he's like, oh, which I'm like, Dad, really? Come on, man. You didn't pay attention to none of that stuff.
I don't know if my dad would have remembered any of it either. Like, I really don't know how much he realized all those toys from that influenced me. Just like I said, I never realized how much of the Masters of the Universe stuff I had until I started doing these live streams like this. Cause like, for me as a kid, I always compared what I had to my buddy Eric, and he had everything, man, like
Yeah.
everything under the sun.
There's always that one
And
friend.
yeah. So like for me, like I had Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, Fright Zone, Point Dread, Slime Pit. My sister had like the Crystal Palace, the Falls. Like together, my sister and I pretty much had everything but Eternia.
Damn.
Okay. And I didn't really think that was like a big deal. I thought that was like, what you did. Cause I know again, Eric got all that kind of stuff too. And so like then doing all these live streams with everybody, and people are like, I never had a Castle Grayskull. And it's like, how did you not have a Castle Grayskull? So like now I feel like I was a little bit more spoiled than I realized, but that was only with He-Man really. Other toy lines I didn't get like everything, right? So or I would always get the versions of the figures like with Ghostbusters. I always wanted the original 4 with the proton packs, but I always got the other ones with like the crazy freight features and stuff like that. Never had the proton packs.
Well, mine was so I was that I mean I ended up getting a lot of stuff eventually. Like when I ended up getting like when my dad had I always remember my dad had surgery. He had run into a door had flipped open on him in the middle of a windy day, and he had to go check to see if he had bruised ribs or anything. Well, it turned
Mm.
out he had a big giant tumor in his chest. So
Oh
obviously
shit.
God wanted him around because that windy day doesn't happen. He doesn't check on it, and then it gets too big to work on. So he went up and got that removed. It was benign, but it was big. They had to actually remove his clavicle, like he doesn't even have any bone right here.
Oh,
But I remember because we waited there and we sat there. Mom gave me it was when I got the Modulock, and she got me a Manny Faces. I think I got
nice.
3 of them. I might have gotten a Mantenna at the time because I think those were all current new ones. And I always remember that we were sitting in the hospital, and I was just like, those are the coolest things ever. And I was sitting there worrying about Dad, but like, oh, Mom gave me these to distract me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that was pretty. Those are the moments I remember. But I never had a gray skull. My buddy had a gray skull. My buddy had a Snake Mountain. We always went over there and played with it.
Right.
My coolest one was Fisto and Stridor together.
Heck yeah, man. That 2-pack was awesome.
Yeah, That was probably my coolest one that I had when I was younger. And then I kind of got into Mask, and I had like the Thunderhawk was my number one toy for a long time.
Right.
Of course, had GI Joe, and I never got. I liked Voltron and I liked Thundercats, but I never had any of the toys. My mom was like, "Pick a toy. You can't get all these other toy lines. Just get one." You know. But
Right.
most of
Yeah.
them
And I
came from
mean, it
Kmart.
makes sense because it is a lot of money. Like, especially I think now with my collecting habits, right? Like, how hard it is to stretch that dollar to get all the cool toys that I like versus, okay, really got to just narrow it down, which is why I'm only doing basically Mythic Legions right now, except when I get the opportunity to get like a, good Origins figure here and there that I'm into. Like, they're still running 50% off at Random Treasures. They extended the sale through this weekend. They had a Reptilax last time I was there, so I think I might have to swing through again and grab that Reptilax. And
Yeah.
then all I'll need is Necroconda. And I shouldn't be buying toys for myself, and I said I wasn't, but I mean, I can't help it. If they're running 50% off,
Well,
like it's
how
going to bring
often
them
did they
down to
run
the
sales
cost
like
of a.
that? Probably once a year, right?
I don't know that Random Treasures is going to be around this time next year.
Oh, okay.
They made a post like a couple weeks ago before Black Friday about how, like, hey, we're going to be running 50% off the entire week of Black Friday. And that's really going to determine whether we're going to be able to stay open past the new year. And they've extended that sale twice. Like originally, they were like, okay, we were only going to run it through like, Saturday. Now we're running it through all the way through next week. And now this week, they've already said that they're running it through till next weekend.
Oh.
So it's like, ooh, I really, really hope that, they don't close. The problem is though, they're like, the other big thing is around here we got Eternia Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And they get a lot of the new stuff plus a lot bigger volume of all the vintage. So like, I think a lot of people are just, more going to Allen than Random Treasures, this little hole in the wall. I mean, I can't say how big the collecting community is here in Baltimore, Maryland. I know how big the scalper community is
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I
You
can
see
never
that
find the
firsthand.
toys. But it's tough. Like, forever I wanted to own a toy store, carry like a lot of the vintage stuff and a lot of the new stuff, but I realize how hard it is to run a brick and mortar store. And if you ain't got people walking in buying stuff, it's pretty tough.
Yeah. Well, and he always, and I remember seeing a lot of stuff with him on Facebook when he's asking like, what can we do with the Gettysburg store that we can improve because the foot traffic in the mall is just so much bigger and he's got so much, but the one over in Gettysburg seems pretty cool. I've never, I don't know, understand. Obviously location's big, but
So his Gettysburg store is like an hour 45 minutes north. And I got to tell you, at least through Mythic Legions and stuff like that, there is a pretty big amount of traffic for that. Because I know a lot of people, well, like, Zolocon, that's up in PA. A lot of people, from the Jersey area come down. And PA is a big state, it's a lot bigger than Maryland. So, hey, Mikey.
What's up, Oz? What's up, Kenny?
What's up,
going on,
brother?
Mikey?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how do you guys see the chat when you're in here? That's what I want to know.
There is a little. Are you on your phone? Or
No,
are
I'm
you...
on the laptop. Is it easier
Okay.
just to see the chat on my phone?
No. If you're on your laptop, it should be like on the right hand side of the screen.
Should say
You'll see like
comment.
it'll say like comments or something. Click
Oh,
on
there it
that. There, it'll be like private chat and comments for a
Yep,
guest.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah. See,
This
on
is
the phone, it's
fairly
evil.
new to me,
Oh, it's new to me too, man. I'm learning as I go with this thing as well. It's not. I mean, it's one. Once you get used to it, it's not too bad. But well, look at this.
And-
Oh, your
We're
camera
representing
is
each
on.
other
You're
there,
just out
brother.
in the
There you
dark.
go. I like your shirt,
I
Mikey.
had to rep you, being that you're going to rep me there. So,
Well, welcome to the show, everybody in the chat. Let Mikey know. Welcome to Mikey, and I forgot even to welcome Oz. So everybody, just give him a little shout there.
Yeah, I'm just here. There's no need to welcome me.
My first two guests ever. See, look at
first two
What's
guests
history?
ahead of
You know what? I feel honored. Thank you, Kenzo.
Well, you're pretty
Right.
much the reason I did anything on YouTube, brother. Sorry, just to be honest.
Yeah,
I still be doing lives on Instagram, if not, to tell you the truth.
I'm not working a Wednesday night for once, so it's nice to actually be able to join.
I was wondering when I
That's what's up.
saw you were watching, when you said you were watching the dog, I was like, oh, well, maybe he.
Yeah, I
maybe
took
he
him
done
for a
with it.
walk, and he decided to get a little poop on himself. So I was like, nope, I can't be having that.
No, not like he's dropping anchor in. What was it, Ross? That he dropped anchor in, or Five Below?
Yeah, no, it was a Ross.
Or Ross?
He likes to drop. He likes to drop deuces and Rosses and targets for some reason.
That's awesome.
I'm crapping on your stores.
All right.
How do you comment back, or can you?
On the bottom, it should say post a comment. You might have to
join
you
the
might
chat.
have to go through like an approval thing. It
Yeah,
kicks you over to a different window, and then
yeah. I gotta log in as me. All that.
once you click OK,
I just don't open up a separate tab in YouTube, and then I comment through that. Like even when I'm hosting the stream, when you see me drop a comment, most of the time I'm dropping the comment on my YouTube page versus the StreamYard page because I got that for controlling the chat basically. It's weird. And I honestly forget what most of that stuff looks like as a guest because I'm always hosting this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Nolan says, have you guys seen the Ramen 3.0? Looks great. Supposed to be going up for pre-order in February. I did see that. It looks pretty cool.
I really like it. Looks cool.
I really like it. He's 30-30, right? That's what he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they call him 3.0 because he's getting around.
Because they can't call it. Yeah.
Copyright.
But I want to know, does it transform into a rideable horse?
Yeah, it's really cool looking. I do like the look of it. It's taller, it's bigger, like he should be than the actual. What do they call him? Just the Marshall?
Yeah. Oh, he is much bigger than the Marshall, which he should be.
Yeah.
One of my gripes about the old toy was like he's basically same size as Brave Star was. I'm like, that ain't right. He's supposed to be way bigger.
Filmation did so good with these characters, man. Like, I know, Oz. I'm gonna cover your ears real quick. I actually enjoyed the Ghostbusters show on Filmation a little more than I enjoyed the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Tragic.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. I always saw that one first, and I was like, well, why did they say the real Ghostbusters when I saw the first one as the other one with the cool monkey and I don't know. I always thought it was a good one.
I enjoyed that one too, but compared to the real Ghostbusters, it's just
Thank you.
Maybe I was going through a little stage there where I was.
It's all good, man. You like what you like, and that's really what it's all about. So, I'm not going to harbor any ill will against somebody that likes those fake ass.
I drink Pepsi too, though, Oz. So
Jeez, now you're striking me on twice here, man. Pepsi and Filmation Ghostbusters. Oof.
Nolan, the official toy god.
Nolan, no.
And you like Pepsi? Did you say you like Pepsi or you don't?
I love Pepsi, dude.
Oh,
that's what's in my fridge all the time is Pepsi. I like it over Coke.
The worst soda.
No way.
Yeah, see, I'm with Mike. I will drink some RC cola before I drink some Pepsi.
100%.
Dude, I don't discriminate on soda. I just don't
have
like
a tab before I have a freaking Pepsi.
I just don't like diet. Just give me whatever. I'll drink a squirt. I just don't want diet.
No, I can't stand diet. I think that's one thing that most of us agree on.
Mine goes Dr. Pepper, probably
good.
It's between Coke and Barq's root beer after that. It's very close.
Well, Barq's is a Coke product, so it's almost like you're getting the same.
You got root beer in your top two?
Dr. Pepper is like way up here, though, and then everything else is just down.
Right, yeah. Barq's root beer is probably my favorite of the root beers because it's got caffeine in it. It's the one with bite.
It's got a bite.
Well, you got a fan here that's supporting you, Oz. There.
See, I appreciate that, Jeff. Appreciate it.
And yes, Toy Guru or Motu Guru, it is Oz that has the stream with everybody and their cousin on Saturday night.
Yes.
So if you haven't joined it too many times, he's on Saturday nights at 7:30
your time. Yeah,
Mountain time.
Yeah, should be 7:30 your time.
Yeah. because he's in the mountains with me, so he's in the
Yeah,
same zone.
anywhere between 7:30 p.m. and 10:15 p.m. East, or was it 9:30 p.m. Eastern to 10:15 p.m. Eastern? Is about
And
right.
it runs till about 2 in the morning.
Yeah, whenever I eventually just get too tired and I'm saying I'm going to bed.
Oh, look at Buddy. Oh, Buddy.
Hey, I will give it this. I will give them that wild cherry Pepsi is better than cherry Coke.
Well,
However,
Yeah, I don't need cherry anything, but sure.
well, Dr. Pepper's cherry. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. Not really.
It has a cherry on the can.
it's got prunes in it too. It's got all them flavors.
It's 23 different flavors.
Just don't drink it hot.
Oh man,
Hot
you've been
Dr.
seeing
Pepper's
those
the
too?
worst ever.
Ooh. People have been saying, yeah, you got to heat it up. And I'm like, what? No, you're going to cook out the fizz out of it. And then it's just nasty. Any soda flat is nasty.
Yeah, that definitely is a Cleveland Brown statement. That's nasty.
It's nasty. But yeah, I like, well, if it's from a bottle, it's definitely wild cherry Pepsi over Coke, cherry Coke.
God, you
But
remember the
fountain
glass
soda
bottles we used to get?
wise, we've
Cola.
got this
Man, remember
place. Joe Cola was the shit.
It was like thick. You'd like,
yeah, yeah, man. But boy, like that was my first introduction to what high amounts of caffeine was like, and woo.
Yeah, I used to drink Surge a lot.
Oh yeah, Surge
After
was
when
my
it
big
came
one.
to that, and I remember the one time the first time I'd ever gotten a migraine. I was working 2 jobs. I was going to college, and I was on the intramural basketball team. And I remember before we were supposed to play, I was getting really tired, and so I took a caffeine pill and I drank it down with a Surge. I swear to God, I was on the ground in the fetal position with the lights off for the next hour. After it kicked in, I had the worst headache I'd ever had in my life.
Like one of those 7-Eleven caffeine pills too.
Yeah.
Those the cheap
crumbly
gas station kind of things. Oof,
Yeah,
not even like a stacker or something like that.
Yeah, stackers weren't too bad, but then when they took out the good stuff that was illegal,
I don't know. I think I OD'd on a lot of that kind of stuff without actually realizing it. Like my body kept moving after, but I knew there was one time that we got. It was the Monster Energy shots. We got those for like one of the Call of Duty midnight releases, and they gave us like a bunch of them. I went and I grabbed my Mountain Dew and I started pouring one of those shots into it. And as I'm drinking it, my store manager at the time, because I hadn't taken over the store yet, was reading the warning label, and it says, dude, it says you're not supposed to mix this with another caffeinated beverage. And he said, as he was looking at me, my pupils started dilating.
God.
And I was wired the rest of that midnight launch. I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we tested a lot of products that are not here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
For good reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a good reason they don't. You don't hear that much about Four Loko anymore. Notice that?
Oh yeah.
Those
Stacker
were great.
was a big thing when I was working out. We did Stacker and 1AD. So we had that androstenedione, and we would I was an angry person when I was on that stuff, man.
I'll tell you what, man, when I used to get to Walmart, because like I'd have just worked 8 hours at Pizza Hut as an assistant manager, and then I'd go right into working at Walmart to unload trucks for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah.
So when I would get there, I'd go grab what energy drink was it at the time? It's called like Buku Energy. It came in like a giant can.
Buku.
I used to get that, and I'd go grab like a single dose of Stackers at the register.
Oh yeah,
and I'd go pop
packs.
that.
Yep.
I'd go pop it and drink that down with that energy drink, and I'd go into the back and be like, all right, I'm throwing the truck. They're like, you just threw the truck the other day. I was like, I don't care. I'm throwing the truck, man. I'd take off my shirt and get in the truck, and I'd just start tossing it. And they're like, there is no way a fat guy like you should be moving in that truck like that. And I'm like, yeah, well,
That's the way it goes, man. Got that energy. Got to do it.
Reissued TMT. Oh, the Technodrome. The one that's slightly smaller than the original, right?
Kind of like Point Dread. Oh,
kind of like Point Dread. I don't collect TMNT, so
I did not partake in the The only things I got for the new TMNT, I got the reissue 4 that they did at Walmart for the $10 each, and then I ended up getting that 4 sketch ones, the first 4 sketched ones from
Okay.
Target with the 40th anniversary on it.
Right.
And then I got the toilet thing because Target had it for like
Oh yeah, the little
75%
like
off, so I bought it.
the toilet plunger
yeah,
roller. It's like a car with a toilet on it.
Toilet taxi, is that what it is?
that's what it is.
Sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so I got that one, but
I wanted to get the original release of the 4 turtles that came out. And by the time I was trying to get them, they were doing the storage shell ones. I was never into the storage shell ones. But then they did those new ones with like the new articulation that everybody was complaining about because they were all textured weird.
yeah,
I wanted to get those because I actually thought they were pretty cool, but I never came across them.
those were the 4 that I got because those were in the middle kiosk thing. They were just they had a whole
My
turtle
stores
thing,
don't.
on
They
the
don't
side.
set that kind of crap up unless it's like, they just put it on an end cap. They empty those off and put them off to the side. They don't actually put them up.
Well, and like you said, you got so many scalpers around that
Yeah,
it has to be timing for you, like to walk in as they're opening the box, and it's like
exactly. Yeah, I bet you if I'd gone to Maryland Toy Expo instead of going to Legion's Con, that if I went around Maryland Toy Expo, every single vendor would have had those marked up
Yeah.
to like $20 or $30, just like they did when the Ghostbusters hit Ross or Ollie's.
Ollie's. There you go. Well, and
Oh,
plus
that
you'd have
had
been
me
depressed
heated.
if you didn't go to Legion's Con. What are you talking about?
Oh, man, you guys should have been there. It was amazing.
That's what makes it good, huh?
Yeah. Oh man. The
Yeah,
Boogeyman.
that Technodrome looked really cool, but yeah, I never had that one as a kid. I never had Technodrome. I had the sewer layer, but I always liked the idea that you could hook up the Technodrome to the sewer layer. Look at that, Cammy. She got them cheeks. Yeah, she
Got them
does.
cheeks.
She's got them cheeks like Slimer got them cheeks.
Man. Got a cami in the mail. And then, like I was saying, I got the dude, this is so much smaller than I thought it would be.
That's that one that Brick just got, right?
Does Brick have small hands?
Not that I remember, but
Because she looked big, and then when I got it, I was like, oh no, she is not big.
I gotta say they packed a lot of articulation into that thing, and it's a lot of good articulation.
Whoa. Who makes that?
Sexy Ice.
Yeah, it's what they call a sexy ice, and I mean they put out a good product. I ain't gonna lie, they got really good stuff. But
I've never even heard of one.
it's
never
like one of
seen
those more
anything
import
until,
stuff.
Brick pulled it out, and I was like, dude, what is that? And then I just ordered one because that's how I do things.
You got to zoom in on yourself when you start showing that off, Kenny.
Yeah.
You got to start learning to
learn how to make yourself big, Kenny.
Make yourself big.
You got to play with yourself a little bit and get large.
Like that?
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. Full screen. Look at it. Ooh,
there it is.
Her other little hand kind of came off in the package, but
it's all right.
She's a trip, dude. And the articulation, like Oz was saying, the articulation's nuts, dude. Like
that's one of them toys that's a game changer in the articulation department. Like they fit crazy articulation on that, and it does not break the sculpt at all, which is just insane.
And it's really easy. Like it's a smooth articulation. It's not something that you have to force, but it's not dangly either. Because look, I can move it, very simple, but it's not going to hang or dangle or anything. So
yeah, it's not loose.
Brutal, dude, and it comes with like other faces. Like this one has a little
it's
eye.
Got like that eye thing popping out. That's crazy.
And then she's got the little hook hands there, but they articulate. So you've got the articulated arms that are longer. You got her scythe there, and then a bunch of different little hands as well. Very cool. I thought it was just such a different look that. Let me go back. How do I go back? Solo
Click
layout.
on yourself a little bit,
Is
or you
there
finish.
There we go.
other figures in that line too? Or is
I'll
it
be honest, I don't know. I
think
like.
there is, if you go to their website, I think there's a couple different ones. But she was the one that,
Ice?
like I said, I
Is
had
this like
seen.
a wicked.com trick right now? Sexy ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Sexy
getting
ice.
toys here.
Is it one of the ones off of
Different
5K
kind of
toys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so 5K toys and look up sexy ice, and that should be it. That'll at
5K
least
toys.
keep out the porno riffraff when you look that up.
Yeah, right.
2019. It's pretty cool. It is a really cool. Sexy Ice is the. It was.
They do a lot of anime. Almost, I was like, well, I almost got the porn stuff. Not
Almost got it. But it was expensive, dude. It was like $70.
Yeah,
And
all
that's why
that
when
stuff
I
is
Where's
like,
Roger
I
when
was
you
like,
need him, right?
oh yeah, everybody needs one of those. Oh, you know what I was asking the guys the other day too? I saw you remember Dark Stalkers?
Yep.
Cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Or it was a video game, I guess, but I just remember watching that cartoon on some of the YouTube channels on Saturday morning, and they had the cat girl.
oh
And
yeah.
they were selling a statue of her for $600 for just what it was, like 9-inch scale or something. I don't
Right.
know what it was, but
It's ridiculous.
it was.
Unarticulated action figure, and it's going to cost you like 1,000 times more.
Well, and I could print all those. Like I've seen files for her because I do like that cartoon actually a lot. And I was looking at doing maybe a couple of those prints for something like that. Because you know how I did the Rogue with the big butt. You know, I was sometimes it's nice to paint girls a little bit better than doing customs of dudes all the time. So
Right.
she's cool, man.
I got
They got
those
some
new
really cool stuff.
horseman boners.
Oh yeah, dude, those look so good. What's up, Frankie? Thanks for coming in, man. There's no
like
final
a little mini
faction.
clubhouse. Yeah, there it is.
Samurai Beast. You see this thing before?
Yeah, freaking crazy. Look at that Hellboy.
Hey, Mikey, there's no final faction, dude.
Yeah.
No final faction.
But I don't do DC.
Got them dollar store. You know, I still will say for $1, those toys were bangers, man.
The cartoon actually was not that bad either.
Right? Like they should have kept going with that. And they had all the right elements for like an 80s like toy takeover. They got the comic book, they had the cartoon running on that little website. You got the waves coming out, like and then like after they did the Venom and the gold, like that was it. They were like, okay, we're done.
That's it.
Like, no, keep going.
Well,
come out with another vehicle and like an expansion kit. Like I had fun running around trying to collect all that stuff.
so check this out. I don't know exactly the quality or whatever on this brand, but my parents, so my mom pulled this out. She goes, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." So
Yeah.
she got this in a storage unit. Again,
GoPro.
another storage unit find, and it's came with everything. It came with the box and all that.
Well, I'd look it
Like,
up and
I
see
guess
what
I
the
could
reviews are on it.
do something. Yeah, see how the quality is. And I've got so much shit with cameras and stuff anymore. I almost
Careful
have
when
to-
you check that SD card, though.
Oh, I know. Huh? I better do that.
You never
actually-
know what's on that.
Yeah.
Pull it up right now. Not on
How
screen.
about these ones?
That could
No,
get
no.
dangerous. But
Speaking of TMNT, there you go. One of those.
now those turtles, oh man, yeah. They're like
Good
the
Lord,
Joy
who
Toy
makes
ones, but
those?
they're the big ones, the 112.
112. Yeah.
Who's the maker of those?
It's Joy
says-
Toy, but it's their larger brand.
Ling-
yeah, because Joy Toy
Ling
made the
Jiang.
little ones. That's right.
I don't know if you can see. I
Yeah.
can't get it to where the words actually show up.
Make him bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Ling
All right.
Jing.
I know you're used to just sitting there while I control all this stuff. Now it's on your head. All right.
Welcome to
Yeah,
being the
okay.
host,
Go to
buddy.
make it bigger and just remove
Okay,
them
here you
instead.
go.
That'll work.
Yeah, I'll just take
I'm
them
not
off.
used to it being backwards too. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta hold it this way. I can't get the words to show.
Official licensed. Well, everybody's official licensed turtles. What are we talking about?
Right?
Here,
It comes
I'll
with
get you
the when you get your PhD in plastic so that you can make toys, they give you a turtles license. It's
Your
like a starter
PhD.
kit.
Well,
All right, take me off, Dick.
unfortunately, there is no card in there tonight.
They were smart. They removed the memory card. Oh well.
But this is
Guess we
kind of a
won't get
cool little thing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. Try it out on taking some photos of the toys and see
It's
what
a
you can do.
knockoff. What's it called?
GoPro.
GoPro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
knock
there we
off
go.
GoPro.
It's all right. I got one of those GoPros. Turns out I bought the shittiest GoPro that they had, but hey.
Great. You know what I always wanted to look at buying, but they're so expensive, is that thing that that Seth Beyer goes around with. Did you ever see him? He used to do the the pop reviews, but now he doesn't anymore. But he does a lot of toy hunting. But he's got that stick, and it's got the camera on it, and it flips around and goes back and forth, and it looks really cool how it works.
Neat.
The quality of it is really good.
Corey Make Shape Create made like a pretty cool rig to hold his phone. Like when he goes into like film a toy shop, it's like one of those harness setups. And is it weird, but it's pretty cool.
Toy shop owner's like, what is this?
Get out of here. What are you doing?
I tell you what though, man, like when we were in when we did PowerCon last year, Jay Gladfelter, Geek Dad Life, he's got a rig that he wears when he walks around. You can't tell, but he's got a whole rig for that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well, you know what? I watch that Colorado Ped Patrol guy that goes around catching those assholes trying to hook up with kids. And he's got that thing where he's just got this and he's got a strap around and around his shoulders. And he walks around like, hey, what are you doing? What are you here to meet? So that would be another thing. Just stick it there on your chest and walk around. Because honestly,
I got one of those for my GoPro.
Right.
But they only make it for a size normal human being.
for size wee one, huh?
Yeah, they did not make that with a bear sized man in mind.
Well, this one doesn't look like it'd go around my arm, let alone my waist.
You could put your weed in there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So much
looks like you just got little drug packets there. You got a freaking.
Like she got all these little baggies from that storage unit too.
Yeah. Dude, no, honestly, no. Get this. This is funny. You're gonna laugh. We actually, Motu Guru watches it. It's one of those because he's in Colorado, and sometimes he comes down to Pueblo, but a lot of times he's in Springs and Denver. But he does. Mm-hmm. You know what? I've been watching him since he started. He's gotten so much better. Where before it was all about content, and he didn't do much as far as getting the information in, and the guys walked a lot. But now, like, he is so organized with it that once he catches them that they're screwed. Like,
well, he used to be the one that like would chase them, right? Yeah. Like he was chasing them in the stores.
There's a guy that would he like punch people in the store.
Yeah, not that guy.
But yeah, that's a whole different guy.
Because he still gets convictions.
I know that guy.
So,
but yeah, really cool. I know the guy you're talking about though, Kenzo. Because he runs them and he runs them down, but then he used to. But his methodology involves because it's he realized just chasing these guys and yelling them, PDF file or whatever at them, that you're not gonna really be able to catch them like that, but you kind of lure them in, you bait them, you start having a conversation with them, and then while you're doing that, you wait for the cops to show up, and then you're
right. Yeah. Well, what's funny is the guy that does the beating up. So what he does is he catches them in the mall or catches them in the store, and he tells them right now when he gets them to the outside of the building, he says, "Okay," he goes, "We can call the cops and we can wait for him and talk to him about it, or we can take you around the building and each of us hit you 5 times and then let you walk." And they usually say, "Go ahead and hit us." And so the guy goes around and all 3 of his buddies. So obviously he's not on any channel platform anymore. He's got his own
He's got to do his own thing because you can't post that on anything.
So, but he does these videos where him and his boys open hand smack these predators and just let them go after. But I like Tommy because Tommy gets the convictions, and these people are
I'd
right
rather
up the
them get
road from me.
convicted and put
Like,
behind bars. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
you
these
we
guys
only
got
are
get a
seriously in
certain
Springs, and there was a guy that was military that they just caught like yesterday. The
good.
video came out yesterday where they caught him, and it went straight to his master sergeant, and this dude's fucked. Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
because he wanted to hook up with two kids. One was, I won't even say nothing.
Ooh.
It's YouTube, I'm not gonna say anything. He just wanted to do bad things. Let's just say, because I know how YouTube does.
Yeah, YouTube gets weird when you start talking about that, which is crazy because, like, I'll hear them say some stuff on these true crime channels, and I'm like, how do you get away with that? Like,
Right.
because I know if I said something like that on my channel, they'd be pulling my stream.
Yeah, the inmates. Yeah, that's the thing is once they get in there, I know from
Right?
experience that when I was in Lyman, a lot of the guys that even if they're high ranking in their group,
Oh,
they
it doesn't
will
matter,
risk
man.
their own hands being used on people like that. They'd much rather do it themselves. Like usually they'll have their whoever do it for them. But even the head guys usually if it's a PDF file, they're going to do it themselves and they'll go into the hole for a while. They'll lose their privilege for a while, but they don't care because they want to do it themselves with these pieces of shit.
Yeah. I watch that guy JD Delay a lot. Man, he is all about it. I don't know if you guys seen him.
I don't think I have. Maybe.
He used to he's he's a convict who's out now. He's been doing better for himself, started a YouTube channel. And it started just with like people asking him questions about being in prison. And then his channel's gone since then. Now he talks about like current events and other people who were locked up that have made it out now, like the Alaskan Avenger, if you guys have heard about that. But that was the guy who went around he was using the child registry to like hunt down and beat up chomos.
As a list, a pecking order.
Yeah. Right. Dude used it as a hit list.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
he just got out recently. So,
you know, as a parent, I whatever. Do what you got to do, buddy.
yeah, right. Like, I'm not one for saying anybody needs to be snuffed out, but that's crossed the line. Sorry.
Just, do what you got to do.
World's a better place without those people.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So
I've also learned never go to prison with the ICP tattoo. Don't do the hatchet man and go to prison.
Dude, I saw a lot of those guys in Lyman. The little juggalos running around.
Yeah. A lot of those guys apparently catch beatings now because they just identify as, like, even if you hadn't, they lump you in with the chomos because that's how they view those guys. I'm like, ooh.
It's weird. Some of those tattoos that I saw in prison were strange, man. There was dudes that, of course, they do their whole hairline and then do skulls and shit on their head. And I always ask the question of like, so how did it feel? And they're like, dude, no, this was not the spot to do that. Like, it's so bad to try to get a tattoo, let alone in prison. It's already going to be, the most unclean way you can get a tattoo.
Right.
But to get your skull done, like, it's not cool.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
Or the ones that get their faces done halfway where the skull is on one side. And there were some cool tattoos in there, but I don't know. It's just funny because now they look at it more psychologically where even the prisoners are a lot smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. Some of the stuff they come up with, but also just the tactics. Like you know straight up that the dude with the biggest tattoos is the one that's the most scared. He's trying to intimidate everybody because he's like, oh, look at, the loudest, the most obnoxious. He's the one that's usually going to get dropped in one punch. That's kind of how it worked in prison. So, but 60, yeah, we watch. You know what? The funny thing is the inmates love that show. The inmates always watch that 60 days in. That was always on in the day hall.
It's always funny.
They watched that, and they did watch a lot of like when it got on Saturday nights if they had their pass and they did good that week, they'd stay up and watch Adult Swim and all that stuff. That would be their
That's always a fun thing. Yeah.
But
good old Aqua Teen.
Yeah, they would always have that stuff on. Like the first time I saw Rick and Morty was at the prison. One of the guys was watching it. So
Rick and Morty's great. Aqua Teen Hunger Force was good too.
That was a good one, man.
Definitely. All right, mama, you're gonna say action freestyle.
That's
Do that really
spot
well.
on. That was definitely spot on.
Yeah.
The sergeant in the first one went to jail. Well, some of them that went in, they were a little too comfortable in that place, man, when they did that 60 days in. Like some of them were just seemed like they really knew exactly what to do. But
Right.
I mean, I even look at like the people that I worked with. There's a handful that are now got fired or are waiting charges that they either brought something in or did something inappropriate with an inmate, and it's
You know,
crazy to think that
like
throw
I've
it all
never,
away for that. Like what the
yeah,
fuck?
I've never understood the psychology behind that. Like, it's your job, you're getting paid. Sure, it's not the best pay, but you know what?
It's not bad.
Look for another job if you're not satisfied with how much you're getting paid, or if you're not satisfied with the hours you're working, or whatever it is. Like, I couldn't imagine being in that kind of a. First off, you're already in prison with a bunch of individuals who are locked up for doing some really bad stuff. So you're in one of the most dangerous environments you could be in, right? And you're doing it because you're getting paid to be there. You're not like one of the guys on the inside, but to do something that that could potentially have you put behind the same bars of people you used to oversee.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And the
what
first
is
thing
the
they're going to do is
psychology behind that? That just sounds like because somebody's going to have a vendetta,
everybody's going to know you used to work there.
right?
I
Right?
mean, even if you go to a different one across the state, there's somebody that knows
No, because they're going
somebody
to
that
ask to
knows
see your
somebody.
papers while you're in there.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's going to come out that you used to be corrections, and
Yeah.
like you're enemy number one after the cops.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's crazy to think that not only that, but their families at home and their kids, and the fact that some of
Right?
them
Why
are bringing it. Like there was one guy that you would never think, like he was so like military looking, like always to the point, always like, let's get going, guys. He never chat with the inmates. He was always like, he was in security, so he was like kind of all over the place. It was more the yard work and stuff like that. So
Right.
he did the yard. He came and helped with rec sometimes, and he did kind of everything else. Well, turned out he was talking to one. He was doing assisting with one of the projects that they were doing for like the music, like the band and stuff, because I guess he knew instruments and stuff. So he was helping out there. Got to talking with one of the guys. They start getting into Black Panther stuff, and they got into this whole crazy thing. Next thing you know, he's bringing in a phone and drugs, and he got caught. Like they walked in. It's like you walk in, and then you see these people come out of a closet to grab the guy after he comes in. And if you screw up at that job, you get arrested. You don't just like get fired.
Right. You're not getting
Yeah, right.
fired and going home at the end of the day.
Yeah, dude, I've seen some crazy shit. Well, the girl I went to base to training with, like that whole month of training, I was with her, and she was a nice girl, but you could tell she was very low self-esteem. She used to get abused by her husband and stuff. And when she was doing the training, like for self-defense, she's like, oh, this would have worked a long time ago when my husband was beating me. And I'm like, so not only did she used to get that, but she was really trying to get attention with stuff, which was not a good start. But she
Yeah,
got a
no,
start
not in that
immediately because she
environment.
went to work in food service. She worked in food service, and that's where they got her. She was going into the freezer with an inmate, and they caught him with his pants down and her in there with him, and she got
Yep.
arrested. It's not like, your bad decisions like that are ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't know what somebody's mental state is, but seriously, just like, thinking about how that could end up, the cost of it is just not worth doing it.
Oh God, no. Like I hate the fact that I'm still can't do that. Like I didn't love that job, but I was decent at it. Like I was a helpful person. I thought I could help some people while I was there. And I was used to it. When you get used to a job, you get good at it just because you're used
Yeah.
to it.
Yep.
But it was, it's kind of like, man, I miss the fact that I had a normal everyday, you're part of society, you've got a job, you're doing your thing. And now I'm still working and I'm still getting whatever, but it's different now because it's a different scenario. But,
Yeah.
I guess whatever you got to do, you got to do. But I do kind of miss it a little bit. I just miss working like that, like I miss
Right.
getting a regular
Having
check
that
and a
routine.
regular
That's
insurance.
a crazy thought, but you've been out of work for a while, so I guess it makes it's like what you miss work.
Man,
2020.
I was out of work for 3 years before I landed this job at the hospital. And I got to tell you, as much as I complain about work, because I do, I don't know why I had to get a job working on the phone, scheduling appointments for people. Like at first, it just felt really, really good to be employed again. On the plus side of that, I was also helping people at the end of the day. Where my last job on the phone all day, like I was the bad guy. I was a bill collector. Nobody likes that guy.
Ooh, yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Oh man, it was rough.
That's got to be tough on the self-esteem there. Huh?
Oh, you get a lot of bonuses, which kind of helps.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was getting really hefty bonuses. But, with this job, like, people calling up and everything like that, like, I don't know, some of the things that I'm going to do, like when I schedule somebody for an appointment, they're going to get a test, they're going to see something, and hopefully they're going to get some treatment and they're going to get better, right? Like whether it's cancer or some other kind of disease or something like this. Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm genuinely helping people get better.
Yeah.
However, half the conversations these people have with me, you would not think that I am helpful or anything. You get a lot of people talking down to you constantly. And I mean, when it comes from the patients, like I don't hold it against them. Like right after the call, be like, damn, what a bitch or something like that. But most of the time they just got some really bad news. They're worried about their health. Like I can't blame you for being worried about your health. You're not in exactly the best mindset when you're talking to me, maybe.
Well, I did
It's the
Express Scripts
doctors that piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
You
Right. That's when you
entitled
look
fucking-
at the system and you get pissed at the system so much.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was at Express Scripts, I did a year at the phones on that place. It was the old Sears building, and I did the Express Scripts for a year. It was awful pay, awful pay. I mean, it had insurance, so I kept the job for a year. It was not a good job. But I remember the worst conversation I ever had was I talked to a lady. She was an elderly woman. She was in the donut hole for Medicare. And the donut hole, if you guys know anybody that is elderly, is a very bad place to be because that is a part where you are not covered ever in this donut hole. Once you get through it, you're good. But in that gap, you're screwed.
Yep.
And I told her, I was explaining to the woman she needed her medication and it was very important to get her medication. And she got to a point where I told her, I was like, if there's a way that the company can give you a discount on prescriptions, sometimes they have those things where they help. Yep. And she didn't have anybody to help her do any of that.
Yeah.
And, her last words on the phone before she hung up with me was, I'll just leave it in God's hands. Thank you for your help. Click. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? That was the worst conversation ever.
Yeah, man.
What are you gonna do? I didn't know what to do.
Oh man, I had a woman call me up today, and from the start of the phone call, I knew it was going to be bad because she just started bitching about the healthcare system in the U.S. Like from the moment she got on the phone with me. And she's talking about how people don't care and, they find out that I'm elderly. Like, lady, I can see your age as soon as you call up. Your age got nothing to do with this conversation.
Right.
And then she's like, and then as soon as they find out I'm on Medicare, and I'm like, trust me, Medicare ain't your problem either. It's probably your stunning personality here. First off, when I see patients with Medicare, I actually like that because first off, they don't have to get prior authorization for any of their scans. Right. So if there's availability for an appointment tomorrow, I can schedule you tomorrow.
Get them in.
If you have Medicare. I like seeing Medicare. And Medicare trumps all other secondary insurance too. So whatever the goal is for say they've got Cigna as a secondary insurance and that takes 7 days for a prior authorization. Mm-hmm. Guess what? If they got Medicare as their primary, it don't matter. I get to schedule you tomorrow. I like Medicare when I see Medicare on somebody's account.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed money. It's
those really strict network insurances.
Those ones are the worst, man. Oh man, I can't stand those. Like somebody's like, I need this. I got an appointment with my doctor at like this such and such a date, and like they need to get imaging before then. And I'm like, well, you're gonna have to have a nice long conversation with your insurance about that because I can tell you
We
right
just
now.
there was just in the news today. What was it United Healthcare? The CEO, right, of United Healthcare got shot in the middle of New York. And
Whoa.
yeah, crazy.
It does not surprise me, man. It does not surprise me. Like it's just it's crazy. The American healthcare system. It's Thanos was joking earlier. He said, "Yeah, United or was it the American healthcare system where we leave the care out of it." And then he goes, "You know what? We kind of leave the health out of it too." I'm like, yeah, it's kind of how it feels some days.
Yeah.
Like our
Well,
hands are tied. Like, trust me, I do not want to tell people more bad news. I certainly don't want to sit there and tell them that I can't get them an appointment in the next week or two. But that's the reality of it. I can't do anything about it.
yeah.
Like I
Well, I
said, the
mean, I look
worst
at my
part is,
situation with my back. I've been
oh
through
man,
the ringer with it and still end up getting a denial at the end. So, like the one
right?
doctor, I'd love to work on you. I think we could do something for you. Da 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 da. And then comp says, "Well, let's send it to our doctor and see." And he goes, "Nah, he's good." So they're like, "No, we're
Right.
going to deny you, and then we're going to settle. Now we're done." So I got freaking hosed. So
Well, here
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
cheer up everybody.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Please.
Little.
Let's get off them. What you got
So
there, Mikey? Ooh.
I picked up this guy,
Ooh.
the Blu-ray.
Make it big. Make it big.
dude, oh yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, damn it. Mikey, no, wrong way. How do I do it?
All right. If you click on his little image at the bottom.
I removed him instead. There.
Yeah. That's it. Power of Grayskull Blu-ray.
So
One of the best documentaries of all time. Just saying.
yes,
It is, dude. It
I will
really
be
is. Like I
doing
love watching that.
a holiday giveaway for this guy.
Ooh.
Official announcement here on Kenzo Creations.
Oh, breaking.
Breaking
Got the news. Get your news right here.
So I'll be putting a post up probably in the next week or two. Give me a follow on Instagram. I don't make people jump through hoops. Follow me, put a comment or something, and you're in there.
Cool.
We'll repost and do all this crazy stuff.
I'm going to go unfollow you right now so I can follow you again for the giveaway.
You must be a new follower. You have to follow as of today.
Yeah, have to be like it's like a phone cell service. You got to be new to get everything. Oh man.
Oh man, 3 of your friends down here that don't give a crap about this, so you can try to get one entry to win.
Exactly.
No one's still gonna follow me, and nothing else is gonna happen. And yay!
See, when I see those giveaways like that, I at least try to tag people I know who might be interested in the same product.
Yeah.
Yep. That's funny. That's it, man. That's it. Well,
that's really great. Oh man.
Well, gentlemen, I guess we pushed it a little extra tonight, which was awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We're at about an hour and a half. I believe I'm going to run over to Mom and Dad's. Dad said he was going to cook some sirloins tonight.
What?
So I'm going to run over there and have some steaks and and probably just hang out there for a little while. My little girl's over there because I've been staying overnight with Grandma. I keep my dog over at my mom and dad's, so she's not by herself and stuff. So,
keep eyes on IG.
Royalty on Instagram and give him a follow. He is doing a giveaway for that awesome documentary DVD of if you want to show it again.
Yeah,
hands down, one of the best documentaries all time.
Powers of Grayskull on Blu-ray. Go over, give me a follow on Instagram, and you'll be in the know of when this is going to drop.
All right. Well, guys, thank you again. This was definitely an unexpected treat having these two gentlemen join me. I have a plethora of Motu knowledge and toy knowledge and just overall general knowledge with me. So I appreciate you guys making this stream freaking cool. And so everybody, we will be back next week at the same time. And in the meantime, stay out the streets. So we'll see you guys.
Right. Bye, everybody. I'm waving. You